Have you ever been down in the dumps, always feeling helpless or worthless? No matter what you do, you just can't seem to be happy? Well, if you ever felt this way, this could possibly be a sign of depression. Depression is a mental health condition that can affect thinking, energy, feelings, and your overall behavior. Even if you go through all that, even with it being hard, you can get through it with some help. So let me start with what I've been through and what I've seen over my lifetime. What I've been through has a lot to do with all these decisions I've made in my life, honestly. I've seen people go through things in my life that I can never forget, and that I don't think I wouldn't say ever forgive, because, sometimes you have to forgive to get past some things and to heal the way that you need to. But it will probably affect me for the rest of my life, and I will never not think about it, if that makes sense. At a very, not like very young age, but at a young age for me, my parents got separated. They separated, and my mom was my sole carer. Basically, I lived with my mom. I went with my mommy and my brother both. It wasn't easy not seeing my dad all the time, but there was so much that I saw, and so much that I guess they didn't think that I understood at the time, because I was in middle school, 6th, 7th grade when all of this happened. But this was before I really got to the point in my life where I had depression. After that, I chose not to really go see my dad or talk to him, because, as being the child, I shouldn't have to be the one to call to want to come hang out with you, or we go do something. That shouldn't be my job. After that, my dad got into a really bad car accident. Well, he had a really bad accident, which happened in his car, but it wasn't specifically a car accident. My dad was in the hospital for months and months on end, which caused me to actually miss a first few weeks, maybe a week or 2 or 3 of my 7th grade year, the start of my 7th grade year, which took a toll on me because I had to get caught up on work, which really wasn't that bad, honestly. And a few months down the line, after he had gotten out of the hospital, we had moved back in with him, which probably wasn't a great idea, because we learned down the line that we weren't wanted. My grandmother didn't want us to live with him anymore, so that kind of just went down the drain. Through all of that, I learned a lot about communication and mental health, because starting high school, I went through a lot mentally and physically, and a lot of heartbreaks and disappointments happened in my life, and I was mad at the world and didn't understand why these things were happening to me. I didn't understand why God was putting me through these situations, which made me fall into a really deep depression, and I felt like I wanted to give up. I didn't want to be here anymore, honestly. I had to learn a lot going through depression, and how bad it can be, how terrible depression is. And it really affected me. And me sharing this with you, it shows kind of how it's mentally and emotionally messed me up, and how it kind of caused certain behaviors. Me saying all of this stuff is me hoping that this message could go to somebody that could possibly be having a hard time, and maybe want them to talk to somebody, anybody. It could be anybody. It doesn't have to be your parents. It doesn't have to be your best friend. It could be a stranger, honestly, because you never know what advice they could give you. It could really help you in the long run. But recently I've been healing, which I think that is a really big victory to me, and I'm really proud of myself. I don't really care if anybody else is proud of me, but I'm proud of myself, and I think that's all that matters. And hopefully one day I can get my story out to people, and this could really help them, and hopefully I could be an advocate for mental illnesses, and hopefully this can really help somebody. Thank you for listening.